Yo, what's up? My name is Petrowski, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of random battling. I'm actually in the random battle queue right now, while also trying to maybe do some shiny hunting on the side, but probably not. Like, I'm shiny hunting Wooper right now. I have to make sure I'm out of the encounter when the queue pops, but the queue will pop in currently like 50 seconds or so, and I should be able to get into a game, and I'm pretty excited, because I've wanted to talk about random battling for a long time, because I think random battling is one of the best updates that PokeMMO has had in a really long time. I think it gets newer players into competitive and kind of removes that entry to barrier, or at least a lot of it. It's still nice to be able to and want to build your own personal team, but being able to remove that barrier to entry to you can't play competitive at all until you have some sort of team acquired. Random battle really lets you, jump in with like a team given to you and try it out and at least experiment, have fun, learn a lot of things, learn the basics of competitive Pokemon battling, and I think that's so important and so crucial to the game. It helps new players. It's very fun for old players and veteran players. I think it is just one of the best overall updates the game has had in a very long time. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into a battle right now and see how this goes. Okay, we have Volbeat, which is pretty unfortunate, pretty useless Pokemon, but it does have Trick with Choice Band, which is interesting. Mawile, Altaria, Houndoom, Zangoose, Torkoal. Zangoose does have Silk Scarf. It's important to note what Pokemon are going to have choice items and things like Focus Sash, and it's just important to kind of figure out where to go from there. It's always best to take as much. Don't ever ready here beforehand. Let the time run out. Use all of the time you can to look at your Pokemon. I think it's really important. So what's my lead going to be? Mawile. Okay, his lead is going to be Omastar, which is a really big pain because I know that Omastar has Shell Smash, which is going to be super, super brutal. And I have to take care of it immediately and kind of get rid of it ASAP because this thing is going to destroy me. What is Mawile's typing? Just Steel. Whew. Okay, so I have to be careful here, and I have to try to get rid of this Omastar ASAP. I'm not going to be able to trick it with Volbeat because after it's going to Shell Smash this turn and then be able to sweep next turn. I'm trying to think what the play here would be. I think Houndoom might be. It's going to outspeed everything that I bring in. I'm just trying to think. This is a really hard. I've already been put in an extremely difficult position, so it's pretty unfortunate. I could go ahead and try to Swords Dance and Sucker Punch. That might be one of my best plays. We'll go ahead and Swords Dance here with Mawile. He's actually going to Stealth Rocks off the bat. Interesting. Usually Omastar has a Shell Smash setup, which is a very scary setup move potential sort of thing. I don't think... Well, he's not going to attack me or Shell Smash, so I'm going to go ahead and Swords Dance twice. He's going to bring in Arcanine. He's going to look for a fire move on me. He's going to look to intimidate me. I don't know if it's worth to stay in or not, or if I should have just attacked once or not. I think Sucker Punch might also be able to... Okay, so he's going to go for a fire move on me. I'm going to go for Sucker Punch, and hopefully... Yep, I'm going to get it in before him. Hopefully, not quite OKO, but do a ton of damage and a Flare Blitz. That'll probably one-shot me, if not put me very, very close. Super effective. That's okay. Do I have any priority moves to come in and finish off... Oh, he's just going to die to his Life Orb or whatever. Okay, interesting. Or his... I think it was recoil damage from Flare Blitz. Okay, so now we have safe swaps. So he also just lost his Arcanine, so it's kind of unlikely he'll have a secondary fire type on his team. So I'm actually going to go ahead and bring in Torkoal now, set up rocks of my own, and also set up Sun. Sun is going to hurt his Omastar while also helping my Torkoal and possibly helping my Houndoom. So I think it's really nice and important. I'm going to go ahead and set up, hopefully he doesn't have, okay, so Scald's damage is going to be decreased, but I'm also, I think, 4 times weak to water, unfortunately, because I am Torkoal. Or no, it's fire. Okay, I was confusing it with Camerupt, where he is fire ground, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and do my Stealth Rocks up. I'm going to be outsped and killed. He's going to Scald. I wonder if I should swap into an Altaria. Altaria won't be able to do that much damage to this thing is the issue. Swap into Zangoose would take too much damage. I don't think it's worth it. I'm just trying to think. I think I do want to keep my Torkoal around because having that Sun entry is super, super nice. He's just going to Scald me again. I'm probably going to swap into my Altaria because it shouldn't take much damage, hopefully. I'm going to swap to Altaria. Hopefully this goes well. He also could have Ice Beam, though, on this Omastar, which would be really, really brutal. Although, hopefully I outspeed, but I should have checked that before switching, so I already made... That's a pretty bad misplay. Let's see, base stats on Altaria, 80 base speed. I think Almastar is like 55 base speed. I definitely should outspeed. He got a burn, though, off the skull. That's pretty unfortunate. I outspeed, but the question is, even through outspeed, Ice Beam probably just kills me. I'm going to go for the heal bell and just test. This is probably a bad play. He's probably going to Ice Beam me and kill me. Yep. I'm just put in an awkward situation here. I need crit. That's okay. It probably would have OKO'd anyway. It's 4 times effective. It's just a misplay to bring an Altaria there, but I have to kind of commit to it. Probably going to bring in... I think now is the perfect time to bring in Houndoom, because he's going to be slower than me. I get a safe switch into Houndoom. I probably should have sacrificed my Volbeat. I need to get better with just sacrificing Pokemon. I'm going to Hidden Power Grass here. It should be 4 times effective, I believe. He's Water Rock. I think Rock is weak to Grass, but I was confused if it's Rock and Ground or what's the meme. Okay, he goes very low, but still actually lives. That's kind of crazy. This might kill me, which is insane. Okay, no, I live that, thankfully. That water damage being reduced is the reason why I lived that. So he's definitely going to swap here. The question is, do I want to Fire Blast or Hidden Power Grass? The issue is Fire Blast has a chance at missing. I think I'm going to Dark Pulse. Okay, he didn't swap, so he's going to let it die. That's okay. I'm going to get my Dark Pulse off. I was tempted to Fire Blast there, but the issue is if he doesn't swap and stays on Omastar, and I miss the 15% chance to miss Fire Blast, that would be pretty dang bad. So I'm going to bring in Gyarados. The question is, he's definitely going to be faster than me, I'm pretty sure. What's Houndoom's base stat speed? Checking speeds is super important, 95. I think his is 80. So I actually think I do outspeed barely. I think Stab Dark Pulse is going to do a little more damage. I'll go ahead and stay in and throw up the Stab Dark Pulse. I don't have a good switch anyway, so I might as well throw up the Stab Dark Pulse. That did so little damage. He's going to start setting up with Dragon Dance on Gyarados. That's very scary. That is unfortunate. Although I'm keeping Torkoal to at least be able to come in. Is Sun still up? I think Sun is technically still up. Sunlight beats down. Yeah, so Sunlight is still up. I wonder if Stab... I mean, there's no... Because I have Stab on Dark as well. There's no way Stab Fire Blast is going to be more damage. Maybe it is, though, with Sun. There's just some math on it that I don't think it is. But it could be close. I'm just going to stay in. So now outspeed me. That's okay. I know that I can't... Like, there's no safe switch here. And I'd rather just let this thing die. That's okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and maybe bring in my Volbeat. And it's just going to probably die. But if not, I can maybe Ice Punch it. We'll see. Volbeat's just not a good Pokemon. I might as well just bring it in here. I could try to catch him on a Dragon Dance and trick a Choice Band onto him. The issue is it's so risky because just giving him a Choice Band now that he's Dragon Danced up. Getting the flinch on the Waterfall is unfortunate. Sunlight faded. So the Waterfall is actually going to do more damage to me now. I mean, I'm just going to stay. Dude, I don't care about this Volbeat. It's just such a useless Pokemon. It's probably one of the worst Pokemon I could have gotten on my team, but it's random battles. What are you going to do? The teams I have gotten so far have been pretty weak, so I'm a little sad. I've only played like a couple random battles, maybe 5 or so, but my first random battle was pretty hilarious. I'm going to bring in Torkoal here just to set up Sun and weaken him. My first random battle, my strongest Pokemon was a Rhydon, which is untiered, and then I had a Seeking... And I had a Seeking, I had like a Seeking and like a Dugong on my team. It was horrible. It was really, really, truly abysmal. I'm gonna try to throw up a Rapid Spin. I'm gonna die. That's okay. I'll bring in Zangoose. Zangoose has Silk Scarf. It doesn't even have Swords Dance. It sucks that like the Zangoose doesn't have Swords Dance. And having Swords Dance would have been really, really huge. And like having a Pokemon with setup. My only setup Pokemon being Mawile is really unfortunate because Mawile is very slow and it's just not good base stat. It's never going to be able to sweep. I just basically had no sweepers, and this day had a Gyarados with Dragon Dance. So it's definitely an unfortunate game. My luck with random battles has been a little unfortunate overall, but that's okay. All you can do is play to the best of your ability. Sometimes that happens, and that's life, and that's Pokemon, and it's no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and probably throw up the Double Edge. I'm definitely going to get outsped because he's Dragon Danced up, and nothing can outspeed very few things. I mean, I don't know. Dragon Dance Gyarados is very scary. Okay, go ahead and kill with Double Edge. That's nice. With Stab and Silk Scarf. See what he brings in. There's pretty much no way I win this game, but all I can do is try. This guy's team was like way stronger than me, and you can tell. He had an Omastar, an Aerodactyl, a Gyarados. Arcanine's not that strong, but Aerodactyl, Omastar, and Gyarados are all very strong Pokemon. Sometimes it just comes down to that, and that's okay. There's nothing you can do. I probably just go ahead and throw up the close combat, just because, yeah, he's going to outspeed me. That should be the end of me. Yep, that's the end of that first random battle. I'm going to try to queue up a couple more. Maybe hopefully get a win. Maybe hopefully get some better luck. But I don't want you guys to be discouraged off of one unlucky game to not play random battles. They are really important. They're really important to learn what items do and just have fun. They are really fun. And don't be too discouraged from an unlucky loss. Just make sure you queue up again and just keep trying, keep having fun. Sometimes you'll be the lucky guy who gets that Gyarados with Dragon Dance on your team, and it's just important to, when that happens, try to bring him in at the right time. It's not an auto win if you have like a setup Pokemon, like a good setup Pokemon. It's not. It's truly not. You have to bring him in at the right time, and you still have to play it correctly. It is a huge advantage, but it's not an auto win. I think it's important to understand that and be fair about that and think about that. You know, they still have to bring them in at the right time and play it correctly. So we're going to quickly queue into another game. Random battle queues are pretty fast. So my team is pretty interesting. Wow. So Omastar, they must have gotten rid of the Shell Smash set. Omastar, maybe it's just I just haven't seen it. So Omastar is pretty good. Typhlosion is pretty good, especially like having that with Choice Scarf, Hidden Power Ice. This Pokemon's pretty good. It's a little weird that I have kind of my Rain Dance Electrode. It's not going to be very helpful for my team at all. Having Shed Ninja is really, really, really interesting. I would love to try to use my Shed Ninja properly and try to win this game. I would love to try to like save my Shed Ninja. So he's not going to be able to see my Shed Ninja. So I'm just going to try to save this thing to the very last Pokemon and hopefully get rid of enough threats and put myself in a proper position to win the game off of that. So he's going to leave with right on. I'm definitely going to put up Toxic Spites or Stealth Rock. Probably Stealth Rock first. He's going to have to switch here. There's no way he can stay in here. Like, absolutely no way. I'm pretty sure that he stays in. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Checking some other things on the side really quick. He's taking a second to decide whether he should swap or maybe throw up. Maybe he has, like, Hammer Arm, like a super effective Hammer Arm, which would be understandable. He also, I think, is slightly slower than me. Let's go ahead and check Rhydon. I know Omastar has 55 base stat speed, I believe. Rhydon has 40. There's a cat meowing very loudly outside of my door. I'm sorry about that if you hear him. He's a loud little goose. Okay, hopefully this guy will make his move. Okay, this guy might just be totally AFK, so I'm actually just going to turn off recording for a little until he makes his move. Okay, well, you guys can't see the timer super well. I'm actually going to move my webcam really quick. Currently at around 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. It looks like this guy is AFK, which is a little unfortunate because that was the best random battle team I had seen probably my entire time playing random battles. So it's a little unfortunate my best team gets dodged for the win, but that's okay. That happens. Let's see if I can enter the queue, hopefully. I'm going to the queue. Hey, we're going to quick third game in. So this is going to be my last game. I'm going to go ahead and queue up for this third game. Okay, we have a Feraligatr. Unfortunately, the Feraligatr doesn't have Dragon Dance. That would have been really nice. We have Dugtrio, who just got an attack base stat buff. We have Victreebel with Swords Dance. That could be really powerful. Bayonet's interesting. Crobat. Our team's okay. Not the most powerful. I think everything in here, I think literally every Pokemon is NU or untiered. Crobat might be UU, I think. Crobat's UU. What about... I think Electrode might be UU. We have an Electrode. This is a Screens set Electrode. So this is going to be scary. So Venomoth is really, really scary for me. Thankfully, I have some moves to maybe, hopefully deal with it. Venomoth is going to have Quiver Dance most likely, which is one of the scariest setup moves in the entire game, which is obviously pretty scary. I think if I want to attack with this thing, if I want to stay in attack, I would just go for Shadow Claw and get that stab Shadow Claw, excuse me. If I were to swap, I would go to something, I think this thing is Bug Poison. I always forget Venomoth typing. It's very strange. You always want to think it's Flying type, but I think it's actually just Bug Poison. Trying to think what it could have. It's what I think you have to think about what you're resistant to and what you can kind of avoid on top of what's going to be super effective against it. Bringing in Crobat could be pretty good. The issue is it's not a super safe spot to do it. I should be able to just Shadow Claw it, I think. So it's going to Quiver Dance. Quiver Dance is going to raise its special attack, special defense, and speed by 1 stage, which is extremely strong. I think my best bet is just hope to 2-hit KO it with Shadow Claw. It's not going to quite 2-hit KO it, which makes things way more difficult. But I do have Shadow Sneak. So even if this thing outspeeds me, if I can just survive 1 hit right here, would be huge. But it might have access to Psychic, which I don't know how I forgot about that. It's going to disable. Interesting. That is so interesting. Okay, so I'm going to disable my Shadow Claw. The question is whether I want to swap now or not. What is Crobat's base special defense? 80. I probably should have a pretty decently safe swap into Crobat, and I'm probably faster. Or I could also swap into Electrode and set up Streams, but that feels so greedy. Or maybe not. Maybe it's fine to swap it. How's it EV trained? It's EV'd weirdly, yeah. It might be fine to swap to Electrode. It's going to be a hard one. If he Psychicked me, I'm pretty sure it's going to mess up my Crobat. Or it'll be neutral, actually, because I have Flying, I think. Or no, is it... I forget the typing chart always. This is tough. It's really tough. I keep getting put against Pokemon with, like, very strong setup moves, being put up against Pokemon like Omastar, who might have Shell Smash, and then Venomoth, who might have Quiver Dance. Puts me in very difficult situations, and I'm probably just not playing them well enough. I'm going to go ahead and go for a Thunderbolt, I guess, and I think hope for a Para. Stay in. So he's going to substitute. Thunderbolt should be able to break sub, although isn't it special? So it might actually not. It might just take... That's super bad. So this thing is going to try to fully set up on me and just kill me. That's really frustrating. I'm going to go ahead and Natural Gift, I guess, and try to break this thing down. I probably should have swapped instantly to Crobat turn 1. That might have just been my mistake. I'm too greedy with stuff like this, and I want to just stay in too much. And I talked about this in my, mistakes that new PvP players make. And I'm not a new PvP player, but I still make these mistakes a ton. Is I just get too stubborn, and I stay in too much. I'm going to let him Quiver Dance. I'm going to go for the Shadow Sneak here, I believe. This should break sub 100,000%. Okay. Break sub. If I Shadow Sneak, it should put him out of sub range is my goal. Hopefully it does enough damage to where it's going to put him out of sub range so he can't substitute. So yeah. Okay, he's just going to go for the Bug Buzz though. That's fine. It's totally fine. Did a lot of damage. But I should be able to Shadow... I handled this decently well. Because this Pokemon has Shadow Sneak, it makes a huge difference. This might be able to kill with Shadow Sneak. I think he's kind of thinking about it and calculating it and figuring out how much damage it did. Shadow Sneak might kill, but it also might not. Okay. Huge win for the Bayonet. It was pretty risky to stay in there, especially because he totally could have Psychic. But it looked... I'm assuming that he had Substitute, Quiver Dance, Giga Drain, and Bug Buzz. That's my guess. He also could have had like Sludge Bomb or like a Poison move for like double stab, like Bug Buzz, Sludge Bomb. That's my guess. That's my guess of what the moveset was, or at least the fourth final move that we didn't see. I'm pretty lucky that he didn't have Psychic. I'm lucky for a lot of things. I'm lucky he didn't have Psychic, and I'm lucky that I misclicked. I shouldn't have clicked Thunderbolt. It was bad. It's a special attacking move when he just raised his defenses in special defense. That was a full-on misplay. Keeping in Bayonet is fine here, in my opinion, because he has a Shadow Sneak. Having that priority move is really important. So he's going to bring in Medicham. Interesting. I assume he's going to have like Zen Headbutt or something. I'm going to go ahead and throw up the Shadow Sneak. I wonder if this thing can get Sucker Punch. I'm going to throw up Shadow Sneak just to get some damage off before I die, because I'm pretty sure this thing outspeeds me. I don't know my... Yeah, this thing for sure outspeeds me. I don't know its base stat speed. I hope I have it in my decks. He's going to have Bullet Punch. 80 base stat speed. He's going to have Bullet Punch. So he's going to have a priority move as well. So now what can I bring in to set up decently against Medicham, a fighting psychic type Pokemon? I could bring in... The issue is he could Zen Headbutt my Crobat, which is kind of scary. So Crobat and Victory Bell both have issues coming into this thing. I don't know if this thing is going to have Swords Dance or have any sort of power-up moves. Is a good question. What does Dugtrio have to deal with this thing? Dugtrio would probably outspeed it. I could bring in Dugtrio, set up rocks, and then go for... Reversal wouldn't do a ton of damage since it's Psychic. This Pokemon... Medicham is very hard to deal with, and I'm not sure its weakness is enough ever. The question comes down to... I could try to bring in Victory Bell, set up one Swords Dance, survive one attack, and then throw up a Sucker Punch. That might be the play, but it's so greedy. It's so risky. There's a ton of plays here about setting up with Crobat or Victory Bell. I'm actually running out of time. I'm going to bring in Victory Bell. I only have 30 seconds left on my clock. Go ahead and Swords Dance. This will be a good third battle. This should be a pretty tight battle as long as it stays, like this. So we could go ahead and like Zen Headbutt me or something like that and do some pretty decent damage. Hopefully it won't one-shot, but it might do like 80% or like 70%, and that's totally okay. Let's see what he does. Let's see if he has Swords Dance or anything of the like. He also has Bullet Punch, which shouldn't do that much damage. I think it's not very effective against me, thankfully, which is a pretty big... His priority move being not very effective against me is pretty important. So he's also taking his time. I went down to 30 seconds. He's currently at 58 seconds. I know you guys can't see that, but let me untangle my microphone a little. He's actually going to withdraw. Interesting. He's going to bring in Cast Form. Wow. I don't know if he's just sacrificing this or what his plan is. I wonder if this thing could have like Whirlwind or something. I'm going to go ahead and Swords Dance once. Flamethrower shouldn't do that much damage for me coming from a Cast Form. Hopefully I'm right. Okay, 50%. That's totally okay. Is he faster than me? What is Cast Form's base stat speed? I actually don't have it in my deck. I need to look it up really quick. I don't have a whole lot of time. I don't have much time, and I'm trying to look up Victory Bell's base stat speed on top of Cast Form. Victory Bell has 70. Cast Form has 70 as well. So we're speed tied, so it's a coin flip. I'm double Swords Danced. I'm going to go ahead and throw up a Sucker Punch, I think. Or he might outspeed me, though. Nah, I have to throw up Sucker Punch. It's like no doubt. 87%. I don't quite OKO. And he's going to kill me with Flamethrower. That's really sad. That sucks. That's unfortunate. I died to a Cast Form. That kind of sucks, but that's okay as well. Not a huge deal. I'm going to bring in Crobat here and start setting up Nasty Plots. Or maybe I should have... I was too quick for that. I should have brought in Electrode first and set up screens. I'm being way too greedy with bringing in my setup Pokemon too quickly. Like, I had Swords Dance Victory Bell and Nasty Plot Crobat, and I might have thrown both of them away this battle, and I deserve to lose if I did that. So... it's really important to keep in mind. He's going to bring in his Electrode. His set could be so many things. So it's a little scary. I'm Poison, Flying Stab. Should be fine to... He's going to outspeed me. So I don't know if I'm fine to Nasty Plot one more time. He's going to outspeed me because he is Electrode. I'm just going to go ahead and throw up a Giga Drain then. So he's going to outspeed me, Thunder. Electrode is pretty flimsy. Same. I got paired. Okay. Thankfully, I got the attack off. Only 33% damage. That is super unfortunate. And the para on the Thunder. I think Thunder has a 10% chance to para. I don't think it's 30%, but I could be wrong. Okay, so he's going to Thunder me again. I'm going to go ahead and swap now to Dugtrio. No doubt in my mind. Dugtrio is a really good swap in here. He doesn't know I have Dugtrio for one thing. Dugtrio is going to Arena Trap the Electrode. I also have Focus Sash if I need, but it shouldn't be an issue. This should be a perfect swap. It's going to do no damage to me. Oh, he's going to Rain Dance. Why would he Rain Dance there? Huh. I guess it was a safe time to, for the most part. He probably has Hidden Power. He might have Hidden Power Water. I'm going to go ahead and throw up the Earthquake, because I know that mine had Hidden Power Water. He might be trying to swap right now. I only have 18 seconds left on my clock. I need to be a lot faster with my moves. I'm commentating a ton. He only has 30 seconds as well, though. So we're both taking a lot of time. So one of us could lose to time at any point. It's totally possible. This is a very close match, and I think we're both playing it to our best ability. I think this person's played really well, and I'm actually like, I don't know, I'm very happy to lose to a better player. If I lost to this player, I'd be very happy. I think if I beat this player, I'd be very happy. I think this is a perfect third game to kind of end on, where game one, I kind of had the worst team, and you just lose those sometimes. And then this game, I feel like we're both playing at the same level. Neither of us are playing perfectly, but he doesn't have Levitate. I know that Electrode actually doesn't have Levitate. I always think it does. But it has like Static and I think Sonic Boom or some other Soundproof. Soundproof. Those are the two abilities that it gets. See what he brings in here. I should be faster than Weezing for sure, but the issue is Weezing does have Levitate, so I can't EQ here. I'm going to go ahead and set up rocks and probably have my Dugtrio die. I'm okay with that. That's totally fine. Let's see what he does. Will-O-Wisp me. That's totally fine. I'm basically already sacrificing my Dugtrio, so that's no big deal. Right now might be the best time that I'll get to swap to my Electrode and set up screens. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. This thing could possibly have Haze, but I don't think Toxic Spites is rough. I don't think Haze is going to affect. I think it's Defog that gets rid of screens. I don't think Toxic Spites is going to matter. I don't know if I should throw. I'm trying to think if I should throw up Light Screen or Reflect first. It's an important situation sometimes. I think I'm going to throw up. I know that Weezing does special damage, so I'm tempted to throw up Reflect first, but I know that he might do something. More layers of Toxic Spikes. That's unfortunate. I think this is just my best time to... It's really awkward. I have to kind of play this like this, but... And thankfully, I can switch in Crobat, and I think Crobat will either avoid Toxic Spikes or absorb them. I'm like really not the most familiar with Toxic Spikes mechanics. So he has 3 Pokemon left, and I think his Medicham is hurt. No, it's full HP. So his Medicham is full HP, his Weezing's full HP, and then he has 1 Pokemon that I'm unaware of. I have 4 Pokemon left. A Paralyzed, which is really bad. Half HP Crobat. Pretty much sacrificed Dugtrio, and yeah, so we'll see how this goes. I'm probably going to Vault Switch here, and then switch into Dugtrio, and sacrifice it to this Medicham, and get a safe swap in somewhere. So I'm going to Vault Switch here, get decent damage off. Honestly, much more damage than I expected. I'll happily take that. Actually, Rain is up, so I also could have Thundered. But that's totally fine, because I can get the free damage, the free chip damage, and now bring my Electrode back in and kind of throw up the Thunder. So that Rain Dance could actually help me in a huge way. I'm going to get poisoned. That's totally fine. I actually don't have Thunder. I have Thunderbolt. That makes sense. Okay, I'm probably going to... Well, that's a huge misplay then. I mean, kind of. Thunderbolt honestly might be able to just kill. I'm just going to throw it up. 42%. It's going to be at around 15 to 20% HP left. High Jump Crit could miss. 73. It doesn't kill me. It's pretty huge. Rain stopped. I'm going to go ahead and throw up the Thunderbolt because there's no reason not to. I'm going to outspeed him, OKO, or do some damage to whatever he brings in. I don't think there's a reason to Vault Switch here. I don't want to Vault Switch yet, I think. I could use Vault Switch on this next turn. So I'm going to Thunderbolt, do 40%. I think Weezing's actually a defensive wall, if I remember correctly. Not especially defensive wall. I'm going to go ahead and Vault Switch, I guess. Maybe I should have just Thunderbolted and died. My only reasoning is I think that Crobat will either avoid the Toxic Spites or absorb them. I think he might absorb them, but I always forget. I know that poison types absorb Toxic Spites in certain generations and in certain games. I just don't know if this is one of those games. That could honestly almost kill the Weezing as well, which is crazy. So we go ahead and bring in Crobat, and it should hopefully... Let's see what it does. It just avoids the Toxic Spites. It's going to Thunderbolt and actually probably kill my Crobat. That's crazy. It crit. That's unfortunate. But that's, you know, unlucky, I guess. I probably should have just stayed in and Thunderbolted instead of Vault Switching, but my mistake again. I'm going to go ahead and throw up a Thunderbolt here. Should outspeed. I don't think I'll quite die to poison, but it's possible I do. I actually think I actually do die to poison due to how high level we are. I think if we were level 50 and I was at this HP, I actually wouldn't die to poison. But I think here I do die to poison. I think I'm at like what, 10% of my life, maybe like 8. How much damage does? I think Toxic deals 8% each turn. And I'm probably Oh, he conceded. Okay, we take that W. Sure. I actually think he could still possibly win that, but I don't know what his last Pokemon was. Maybe it was super weak. I'm not sure, but all right, I'm pretty happy with that. That was a great set of 3 random battles. We got 1 AFK win, 1 pretty hard-earned win, which was a really great game. Game 3 was. I'm very happy with that game. Some random battles are pretty random. They don't always go great, so. But I'm pretty happy with that. I'm very happy with that. Game 1 was obviously unlucky, and sometimes you can't control those, and you try to leave those with the best mindset and the best head state possible to move on to the next games. And all right, GG's. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Leave comments, questions, concerns, feedback, criticisms in the comments below. That would be sick. Subscribe for more PokeMMO daily content. I currently upload around 2 PokeMMO videos every single day, working my buttocks off over here, so I appreciate any support in that regard. It means a ton. Ring the bell for notifications for every upload, and join the Discord below to hang out with me and talk to people who love this game and answer questions, etc., etc. Discord's a really cool place to be. Awesome. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. I hope it was entertaining and you learned something. And I gotta work on shortening these outros, but peace and love from Petrowski.